So we just pushed live a new feature that we have been getting a lot of questions around. We know that tariffs are clearly a thing, a lot of mayhem in the consumer brand space. Deeply appreciate that. So wanted to show you what it is that we are doing there with respect to being able to show the impact of tariffs and what to do about it and how it needs to change our ad budgets and our marketing performance and how changes to pricing counteract the tariffs with respect to profitability in the business. So we know that in our command center executive dashboard here, you have the ability to add and follow important KPIs, metrics, etc. But as we move into the guidance system, this is where we get to see how our ad budgets and all the performance or a lot of the performance metrics inside of our business, how they need to perform in order to accomplish our profit goals. So again, we also know that this is built on APIs and data in the business that pull in expense data. It pulls in, revenue data, advertising data, all that stuff that the business is using and consuming with respect to how it spends money, how it makes money. So inside the guidance system, we then move my cursor here, apply all of that math, a lot of math to create this curve. And what that does is gives us the ability to say, what's our profit goal? If it's break even, great. If it's generate a 10% net margin, great. Whatever that is for you. Set that in a time frame that works. And what we now see here is we get to pull this slider, and that's increasing our ad budget and showing us, based on the ad budget that we have set, how the minimum return on ad spend needs to perform in order to accomplish that 10% net margin. Now, also new in here is a comparison to last period. So being that we have this set on a 30-day term, this is inside this business. This is what these numbers actually were in the last 30 days. So this business spent just over $59,000 in ad spend. It performed at a 5.17 ROAS, generated $305,000 in sales, 36.6 contribution margin for the direct to consumer business, crushed $19,000 net profit in the business at a 0.79 conversion rate. So you get to see, if you're going to decide that you want to cut your ad spend in half, you can see, what that minimum return on ad spend is in order to accomplish that. And now you can see that relative to what the actual return on ad spend was. So you have some historical frame of reference there. Now, what is really exciting about this is our ability to say, what happens as tariffs come into effect, which we all know is happening. At least it's happening now. If we add in a 30% tariff, and this is a direct impact to our cost of goods, which is all tracked within the expense system. It's all automated and imported automatically with APIs. We see how our performance needs to change based on our ad budgets. The result of which is we may need to increase our ad budget. We may need to increase our prices. So here you can either offer a discount and see how that changes, or offer, go and test a 20% price increase, see how that minimum return on ad spend changes, see how the conversion rate on your website, the minimum conversion rate can change. It was in the last 30 days, 0.79, and now it can drop with that 20% price increase, including the tariff. It can drop to 0.64 with that higher price. Anything above 0.64 is net positive for the business. So this gives you a way, you can also go and try to, start cutting some expenses and see how those things impact the business. Gives you a way to pull all these levers inside of the company and see how they will impact your capacity to drive revenue and profitability, how it needs to perform before you go and make those decisions. And then you get to follow those in this dashboard that you have created and that fits your business. You can click through and look at all of these things. Graphically, you can add trend lines to see the direction that they're going. You can layer them over the top of each other to look for standout, events, things that overlap, et cetera, with a lot more happening and coming in the system. So just wanted to show you that. Let us know if you have any questions. You can reach out to us at support@pentane.com or me at adam@pentane.com, and we are happy to help.